Hello guys, welcome to another episode of my series on the DeathCraft server. My name is Brink. Today we're going to do a couple of minor jobs, but I do want to explain a little something of what's going on. I'm a couple of subscribers away from 500, so that's a milestone, and I did say that I would do a little giveaway at 500, so here I am to give you another little giveaway. I think we gave one at 100, another at 400, and now we're at 500. A really nice one is coming up at 1,000, and I'm looking forward to it. But I do want to explain this before I get into that. I found some taint in this land, and this land is forest, I believe. No, it's mountain. Okay. So yeah, the spores were growing and there were tentacles, tiny little tentacles, and even down into this cave. And there's still one there. So it appears that ethereal blooms work well with restoring the land back to its original biome. But I can't find any ethereal bloom. It's been really hard. XB has these silverwood blocks that had these aura nodes inside. He didn't break it, which was good, because when you break it, it explodes into these ethereal essence, and they're useful for other things. But it's good when you leave it intact like this, because what happens is, as you can see, it's changing. And the ground below us is turning according to the distance of where the logs are. So if I were to place it here, for example, you can see it's very dark. You'll see that it'll start changing in a second. Right before your eyes, you can sort of see this changed a little bit. Maybe not over YouTube, you may not see it, but some of it changed over here also. So what you need to do is just keep replacing it over and over again. And it's sort of squeezing out in this direction. So I gotta sort of contain it in a circle and then work closer and closer toward the center. The problem is, this is a pretty big area, so no matter where I place it, it always seems to squeeze out between two of them. So I'm having a hard time containing this, and if I had some ethereal bloom, that would be great, but I can't even find a good, substantial, magical forest where they're prone to grow most. So it's been hard. Now here's the problem with it. Like I said, the ethereal blooms are great because they'll restore it back to the original biome. This original biome was mountain. This works too. It works just as well, but what it does is it changes it into magical forest. Now I don't mind that. The only problem is it's going to look kind of weird that there's a magical forest in the center of all of this mountain biome. So it's gonna look kind of weird, and I don't like it, but it does fix the problem. As you can see, this one's clearing out. It was darker before, but now it's clearing out. This one's doing the job. I just sort of have to keep replacing it a little bit at a time. Those block updates do help. So if I do this correctly, what will happen is this will be a patch of magical forest, and that's fine. And then in some future, when I find the ethereal blooms, I can plant them around. And I'm hoping, I don't know that this is the case, but I'm hoping that somehow the game will remember this was a mountain biome and restore it back to the mountain biome. If not, then the ethereal bloom will just be planted here and it'll remain magical forest, which I kind of would rather not have. So let's leave this here and sort of work it. You see how between this distance and this distance it'll squeeze out this way? There's really not much I can do. I only have 3 blocks, so I'm really stuck here. I don't know what to do. Well, we'll just have to keep looking. I went all around that way looking for magical forests for ethereal bloom, and I couldn't find any. Oh. That must be XB. Alright, so let's get back. Also, before we get back, let me show you. This is a really big coincidence. As you can see, we have these, I don't know what you call them, but that's where typically the wisps spawn. I didn't see any wisp cage on any of these, but I did take down the totem poles that were on all 3 of them. As you can see, there's 3 very close together, and then there's a 4th. I think it's further this way. There it is. No, that's the 3rd. The 4th was here on the left. Am I wrong? I think I'm wrong. There was a 4th, but I'm wrong in where it was. It's further up this way. 4 of them so close to each other. That's very rare. That's something that doesn't happen every day. I don't know where it is, but yeah, there is a 4th, and I collected all the totem poles from them. But let's get back to the base. I want to show you some stuff, and it has to do with that very same idea of the taint. Now, as you know, I was doing a little bit of Thaumcraft, not a whole lot, very little. And what I had done was, after watching Etho doing his Thaumcraft, he doesn't explain a whole lot, because apparently, here's the deal with Thaumcraft. You shouldn't be doing tutorials on it, and that's why there are very few. And the ones that there are out there is usually by very young people who don't really care about the rules. But Thaumcraft is considered a magic, and a rule of magic, as we all know, is don't reveal how it's done. So with Thaumcraft, it's a sort of quiet, understood situation that if you know how to craft something or build something with Thaumcraft, you don't teach anybody, you don't show them how it's done, you don't do any tutorial videos, you figure it out by yourself. That's why they do all these little puzzles, and you have to connect stuff. Like this is a mess to me. It's not logical, so it doesn't make sense in my mind. I need things that are logical. So you're supposed to figure it out by yourself. And I watched Etho do this, and I didn't really understand a lot of what he does because he doesn't reveal it, which he shouldn't. But I put some nodes here, some aura nodes, so that I can take my wand here, and I can go and recharge it by right-clicking on each node and filling up, as you can see, the upper right-hand side of my screen there. You can see those things are filled. Let me put this back. As you can see, I have a lot of block breakers filled with the aura nodes. I'm saving them there. And I have some research notes that I've done. Some ethereal essences that I talked about a second ago when we were talking about the silverwood logs. And so I had them all here, and I had not noticed, but Crafted came over to visit, and we were chit-chatting about stuff, just talking about nonsense. And he noticed that the ground was black here. He noticed that it was dark. And since I never go around this area, I hadn't noticed it. But he looked out the window and he saw that it was dark here. So we went outside, came around, and found that when we looked at it, it was eerie biome. It was turning black because it was changing biome. And I believe it was because one of the aura nodes was a sinister or an evil type. And so it was changing directly below it, the biome, and it was spreading out. So he lent me some of those silverwood logs, and I planted it around, and I changed all of this to magical forest now. First, it went to Jade Mountain, I think it was called, and then it went to magical forest. But now I have this off-shaded color of Sacred Springs here, very beautiful golf setting, golf country club setting. I love it. And then it goes into this bland green. It's a very beautiful green, but when you put it next to each other, you can tell the difference, and one or the other doesn't look as good as the other. So now I have this, and I'm looking forward to getting some ethereal blooms to plant them all around, And I'm really hoping that that will change it back to Sacred Springs, because I really like the deep dark greens here. As you can see, it looks really nice, at least in my opinion. Silverwood log without an ore node. Yeah, they are hard to find, and I found a few. In my Direwolf 20 series, I did have one that I was cutting around, and I didn't know about the ore node in it, and I broke it, and it exploded into ethereal essence. And, well, that's that. There's the base. So let's get back to work. I'm going to get some stuff together in the ME system, and then I'll bring you back once I'm ready. Alright, just making the burnt quartz. I got a stack of each of the items that I think I can use. As a matter of fact, I don't. This quartz, when you cook it, makes burnt quartz, which I like. It has a shiny texture to it. But this block of quartz, what I wanted to do with it was actually make this brick. And when you put this brick in, back again, oops, get these guys out, and we make one of these. Nope, I think I did it wrong. Let's see. Is it like this? No, it's not like that. Let me take a look, because I know I've made some before. It's made out of quartz, is it, or marble? I may be wrong. It may be marble. Yeah, I believe it is marble. And I don't have any. So let's see. Is it with this one? It's not that one. And it's not that one. So where is the brick that I was making before? And I don't see it here. Let's see, did I make a pattern for it? I don't see it. Ah, skystone, that's why. It was made out of skystone. So let's see, do I do it like this? No, it must be this one. Yes, I believe it is this one. There it is. And that's the one I want to use. The thing is that you have to cook this to make this one. And this one you have to craft it. So I do have to make a craft for it. Let's do that. So we'll go to skystone. And we'll pick, what is the difference? Oh, this is a slab. Okay. So we'll take this cooked, encode it, and set it in here. And now we can make some skystone brick. There it is. We'll make a stack and go. And here we are. Alright, so we can put this stuff away. Let's go into the Nether. And I haven't set a Mystcraft book for it yet. Because I do want to get the correct location for where the book will land me. And that's why I haven't placed it. But I was able to work a bit off camera in the Nether. You'll remember we had a problem with the filler working in the Nether. So what I found was the filler was set correctly, and you don't need blocks to fill in the filler in order to fill in the blocks, because what it would have done was fill in the empty areas. I didn't want to fill in the empty areas. I wanted to get rid of all the netherrack that was occupying this area. So the filler is supposed to be empty. One person commented about that. There was another comment about the power, and the power was set correctly. If you check the video, it was set to receive power, not to send. You don't send power from here. And so everything was set correctly, but what I figure could have been the problem is that fillers and quarries will not work in the Nether because of a configuration setting in the server. So I think the server has to be reset with its configuration, but it's not a problem anymore. I figured it out. I started working on this a bit, and then I realized I could have used the Quarry Plus. And I didn't know if the Quarry Plus was going to work because I had used the Quarry also and it didn't work. But I made the quarry plus, set it down, and it worked. Cleared out the whole spot right away. Very fast too. And it even went down all the way down here. Oh, the silverfish are still here. Look at that. I thought oops. I did not want to be here. Let's see. Okay, so I didn't think that they would still be here because I was further away than 128 blocks. And that was a day ago. So they should have despawned by now. I wonder why they haven't despawned. Well, anyway, I'll get rid of them at another time. What I want to do here, I'll give you some of the ideas that I have. I want to use black and whites, and even the skylight looks nice. There is one item that I forgot to bring, but as you can see, I got this inscribed quartz, which I want to show you how to make. It's a good design stone that you can use, and it's easy to make. It's I believe it's this one that I used, and it's simply just quartz brick on a quartz block. That's it, and you get 3 of it, so it's pretty good. This one has a sort of radiance on it. It's a greenish radiance, but all of these look great. Even this one would look great on sandstone or sand. But this one, I really like the deep dark greens. I really like to be able to use it. I just can't think of where. I don't want to put it on my base because I want to keep my base black and whites. And this one looks pretty good. Well, anyway, all of these look great. I'm glad they added them. And let's take a look at what they look like on the ground. I won't be placing them next to each other, but as you can see, they have that figure that you see in a lot of blocks in Minecraft, and they're easy to break. I wonder if you can punch them. Yeah, they break easy. Look how easy they're about to break. Well, anyway, yeah, these are going to be a sort of border, maybe top and bottom on the corners, a corner bead that goes along the top, and these are for corner pillars, which will be something like this. That looks really snazzy. That looks really nice, I think. Let's get rid of this and replace that. Another thing I want to use is this brick for the walls. And that'll go, you know, this should have gone out. This should have gone, let's see. Yeah, it stays there. It's correct where it is. Do that and that. So as you can see, these will be the walls. I'm getting a little bit of frame lag here, but I think it'll look nice. Oh, right there. And as you can see, the combinations don't clash at all. Everything goes together. Grays, black, and whites. And they have their own little character, their own little personality. This one has a sort of shimmer that goes diagonal. This one has its brick shaped straights, and this one has a design to distract a little bit, and a little bit of distraction is really nice. So what do we do for the floor? What I've been planning for the floor is this skylight block, which as you can see will change color. It'll go to dark. It looks almost like the concrete, but when you apply a redstone signal, it turns invisible. And I'm sorry I didn't bring, let's see if I do have something here. I have a lever I can use. This lever should work. So as you can see, you can clearly see through it. Now here's what I want to do, and this is a little bit tricky. That's what I mentioned before, that I forgot something back at the base. I wanted to also bring a drawbridge, and the drawbridge would be connected to one side of the floor and would push out all of these sky stones, and they're gray as they're traveling. But when they get to the very end, they become clear. So it has a little bit of an effect, and I think I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'll bring you back when I have a little bit of this done. As you can see, it's a very small spot, because we don't need a big nether hub. This is an individual nether hub just for my base, just to be able to access the nether, which we pretty much don't need anymore. We got all the resources that we needed from the nether, and it used to be used for traveling over to my tree farm. It was a very fast way to get there. But now that we have Mistcraft books and a Mistcraft portal room, we don't need to access the nether much anymore. We also have a lava age, if you didn't know this. Somebody created a Mistcraft age that was just filled with lava. So all the lava we need is there. Now, I wanted to mention something about the sweepstakes, or the giveaway, giveaway. And that is that here's how to win. Now, let me just give the qualifications first. I will not permit a winner if you are under 13. So you got to be 13 or older. Second is, I can't know you personally. You must be a person that I don't know. So it can't be family members. I know some of my family would love to win this, but yeah, I've already given out prizes to my family that is similar to what I'm giving today. And thirdly, you have to be able to give your address if you have permission. If you're young and you need permission, if you're 15 years old or whatever, you need permission to give your address. I will be sending it to you. So yeah, you need permission. Don't send me a request if you don't have that permission. And finally, the fourth is that you have to get the right answer. So there are a lot of ways to get the right answer. I will only give you the question and you can figure out how to get the right answer. Now let's make our way back to the base while I explain. The question is, in a previous episode, I was pranked. I was pranked back for something I did to Blizzard. Blizzard pranked me back with walruses. He filled my base up with walruses all over my ME area and the lower floors. Back here, over there, by the stationery room, there were walruses all over the place. You don't need to count how many I had collected, or I was collecting, because that number might be different. What I need is the number of walruses that were placed out at the beach. You'll remember at the last part of the episode, the walruses were on the beach. How many walruses were there? Alright, so let's get back to our build. I'll bring you back when I have some little bit done. Alright, so as we finish this up, we have one more line. Here we are. Now, if I put a lever here, just one lever should connect with all of them. Just temporarily, I'm going to put it there, and there we see that, yeah, it does work. Just need to get back in again. Let's see if we can make our way back in. But as you can see, the floor looks real nice. I like the way this design looks. We may just fill the whole floor like this. But I need now a place to put the nether portal. And no, it's not another portal. It's the Mistcraft portal. We're going to have a Mistcraft portal in one location. And then we can destroy that nether portal that we have there. But first, I do need a place to put the nether portal. And now that I think of it, I could actually make it a horizontal portal. So that in order to get back, all we have to do is just rise up into it. And this will keep everything clean. Because the reason I didn't put the ceiling up, I didn't bring you back to work on the ceiling with you. It's because I couldn't figure out what to do with it. So I'm going to leave it for a little while. But now that I think, the portal would look good on the roof, as well as the double duty of taking care of what to do with this ceiling. So I'll figure out a way to brace up to the portal, and then just leave a portal up here with maybe a backer board of some lighter material, so that when we see through the portal, we won't see these bedrocks. We'll see some kind of a lighter material. So that's about it. Now let's get back to the discussion of the giveaway. We're coming up on 500, and I want to give something away, just a little token of my appreciation, to someone who can guess how many walruses, or actually that is the plural, walruses, how many walruses there were on the seashore. There's a lot of ways to figure that out, and it's up to you to figure out how to figure it out. But it's a small keychain, just like when we gave it away at 400. It's going to be a different giveaway at 500, but I did retain one keychain from the one I gave away. So I do have an extra, and I do want to give it away. And well, I want to thank you for watching, and thank you for the 500 subs, and I'll catch you all later.